This week's best MMA bets, we're talking UFC Vegas 64. Guys, let's talk about last week for a moment. The recap of the lock and the dog. Lock of the week hits Waldo Cortez Acosta. I will tell you guys, it was a sweaty damn lock because Waldo doesn't know how to check low kicks. Nearly lost him the fight getting chopped down by Vandera. Thankfully, he wins and cashes. Dog, Tresean Gore, nearly snaps Josh Froome's neck with, they call it the ninja choke. I think it's just a fucking straight neck snapper. He's an absolute savage for that win. I will say on the feet, though, I was getting a little bit nervous. There were moments Tresean was making me feel like, ooh, is he about to get TKO'd? Is he that vulnerable striking? He still got the win, though. Lock and dog cash last week. I'm feeling fantastic about it. Bringing the heat into this week. Guys, make sure you smash the hell out of the like button. If you're new, subscribe. Turn those post notifications on and make sure to share the video as well. We are going to talk most confident picks, the lock of the week, my favorite underdogs, favorite prop, and then we will do the parlays to finish things out. Not the best UFC card ever this week. Let's keep it 100. We still got action, and the main event is a very high-level women's fight. Amanda Lemos fighting Marina Rodriguez. Let's jump into the most confident picks section, and let's get the show going. Most confident pick. So we're going to start it off. No particular order. The lock will be the obviously most confident pick. Number one, Jake Hadley to beat Carlos Candelario. I think he's clearly the better striker here. I think he's got better jiu-jitsu. Wrestling is a factor. I could see Candelario taking him down. I don't think he has a ton of success if he does get on top. Jake Hadley is a minus 250. It's a wide line. I understand. I don't really like adding anything to the most confident picks beyond like a minus 300. So this is, teetering that line. Unfortunately, this card is going to have some confident picks teetering that line. Still, I think Jake Hadley gets a clean win here. Kind of feeling like he does it 30-27. Probably should touch up Candelario on the feet, fend off takedowns, maybe get some dominant position on the floor. I do think he gets a clean win in the UFC. I do think Hadley is a pretty quality prospect with a fun style. The over 2.5 is okay. I don't love it. I do think it probably comes through. But for some reason, I think there's always a chance of a finish, especially in this fight. Like with Jake Hadley's hands, with his submission skills. Maybe he'd be the first guy to stop Candelario. Minus 210, though, is the over 2.5. Money line is better. Jake Hadley, confident pick. Next one, Mario Batista. I think he's got a clean win incoming over Benito Lopez. Lopez been out for a long time. He's bouncing back fighting Mario Batista, who seems like he has found his flow. Batista's a huge favorite, minus 295. It's a deserving tag. Benito Lopez has been off for a long time. Last win was over Vince Morales. He's a good striker, but the grappling, I think he'll struggle with. Obviously, he's a team alpha male guy, so they have, a good wrestling-based team. Unfortunately for him, I don't think it's going to work out well. I think Batista's found his flow. I think he's going to land takedowns, get on top, and I think he wins by submission. There's a pretty good chance that he gets it, and that submission tag is plus 500 for Mario Batista. I think that's a little sniper shot for a quality sub prop to consider. Win by submission, Mario Batista, he's got the fight. High confidence pick, and the submission even better at plus 500. Next of the most confident picks, it's got to be Grant Dawson over Mark Madsen. Listen, I was watching Mark Madsen's Media Day interview today. What did he say? Something I didn't like. He's still talking about Drakkar Klose. Bro, that fight is off. You got Grant Dawson, who's 100%, I think, a worse matchup than Drakkar Klose. And I think he's a more technical fighter, too. I think Grant Dawson is going to get a clean, unanimous decision in this fight. I know Mark Madsen now, he's not putting the O in front of it. Depends where you're at, what the name is. At the end of the day, he's a quality wrestler, Olympic champion. I mean, the guy's extremely good with his Greco-Roman wrestling. He's a freak athlete. He's okay with his stand-up. He's figuring his game out. Real close split decision against Clay Guida. Grant Dawson is far beyond that level. Mark Madsen will make it a tough fight, and I do believe he goes the full 3. I think Dawson has the clear striking edge. He might have the MMA wrestling edge, and he definitely has better Brazilian jiu-jitsu. It's not impossible for Grant Dawson to get a sub. He's minus 230 as that money line favorite. The over 2.5 is minus 220. I'm going to talk submission for a moment. I actually didn't anticipate actually bringing up submission, but right now I'm feeling it as we talk right here. Submission, Grant Dawson, plus 375. It's a wide tag, and I think it could be one that comes through. I could see him touching up Madsen on the feet, Madsen getting tired, and Dawson getting the back late and choking him out. Grant Dawson, the pick to win the fight with a lot of confidence. I say he gets it done. He's going to beat the Olympian, give Mark Madsen that official O, and I think Grant Dawson's a quality prospect. Keep your eye on Grant. Still developing, still young, but really working towards that top 15. I think he sends Mark Madsen back, and I don't see Madsen as a real threat to top guys. I know he's got the wrestling pedigree. 38, my opinion, too late. Let's talk the lock of the week.
Jalen Wolverine Nuremberg.
Shalian Nordenbeke, lock of the week. People might say I'm crazy for it. I think a lot of people will actually like it. I think it's a bit of a toss-up. Some people are like, listen, I think Darek Minner has the ability with his submissions. He's a very fast starter. I understand the threats that he brings. I think he's in big trouble striking. I think Nordenbeke's wrestling is better than his. And I think also defensively he has a big advantage. And if you look at like pound for pound physical strength, I think Shalian Nordenbeke has a huge edge there. I think he's going to hurt Minner and stop him. I do believe Minner starts fast. I think he's going to realize he's not going to be getting down Nordenbeke. I think he's going to really struggle on the feet, and I think he's getting knocked out. I think Nordenbeke has a good chance to get a knockout win in this fight. I'm calling second round KO. Minus 210 is Nordenbeke money line. If you're looking to maybe prop things up, the KO at plus 325 could definitely be something to consider. It's a good value line. When I look at all my most confident picks, I'll be real with you guys. I think I could have picked any of them as locks and felt good about it. But Nordenbeke has the best line, and this is this week's best MMA bets, so I want to push it towards that bit of value. But I'm telling you guys, there's good potential plays on all of those most confident picks. Nordenbeke, though, I think with a clean win, too, and he's got the closest line at minus 210. You know, it's still wide, 2-1 favorite, but it's a deserving line, and he's going to beat Darek Minner, who I think is a fun guy to watch, but too one-dimensional for Nordenbeke. Let's jump to the underdog section. Now, first of these dogs, I don't even like the idea of betting it, but I picked this dog, and I do think she has a pretty good chance to win, and it's plus money. It's plus 120 Jin Yufrey over Polyana Viana. Viana is like so iffy. Is she going to lay on her back the whole time? Is she going to end up getting strikes going? Is she going to touch up Jin Yufrey? Frey's not a young girl. Like, I'm picking Frey to win. I think she can get a decision. She's an underdog. But I think there are better bets to make on the card, to be straight with you guys. Over 2.5 is minus 270. I think it's probably going longer. I would say it going distance is extremely confident. Viana, I mean, she's got that fluke armbar she could potentially lock up, but like it's low likelihood to me. I think that you're going to see Jin Yufrey out kickboxer from range, control where the fight takes place, and get herself a win here. Ultimately, though, do I want to back it with serious amounts of money? Probably going to lean you no. I think better off if you're looking to touch this dog, keep it on the lighter side. I think there's better bets to make. Next one. As far as the dog picks, I'll spoil it. This is the most valuable one, but I'm telling you it's the highest risk. Nate Maness over Tagir Ulanbekov, a.k.a. the weak link of Team Dagestan. I think Ulanbekov is the worst of the UFC's Dagestani prospects. You look at Umar Nurmagomedov, he just dominated Nate Maness every moment of that fight. It wasn't close. It was a clean sweep. And I'm hearing Tagir saying he's planning on using that same game plan. I will say I'm a little bit concerned about the takedowns. I don't see Tagir as this beastly wrestler, but if he is able to continuously land takedowns and chain wrestle Nate Maness, I kind of feel like we know the way this fight's going. Value-wise, Nate Maness, it's a good line at plus 185. I do think it's maybe worth a play. Maybe don't go crazy on it, but I think it's worth touching. Note this, if you're watching it live and Tagir Ulanbekov starts landing takedowns, and let's say he gets Nate Maness down, and Maness is down for more than a minute, you're live betting the other side. It's going to be even wider. I know Tagir right now is already wide at minus 220. I just don't feel as though he's all that great. And I think a Nate Maness can beat him. Nate Maness has the length advantage. He's 5'10". Tagir's only 5'7". I think Nate Maness is the more powerful striker. And I think he's a little bit quicker and more explosive on the feet. Tagir Ulanbekov, granted, I'll tell you, he is good from distance with his kickboxing. He's a quality flyweight. Lost to Tim Elliott. Elliott bended every rule possible. So this is not an easy fight for Nate Maness. We're picking the dog. It's plus 185. Over 2.5, I think, is a high confidence. Minus 200 for that. We're riding with Nate Maness. But I'll acknowledge, I have a bit of worry. And, one of them being Umar Nurmagomedov in the camp, and Tagir mentioning, we have the blueprint to beat this guy. We'll see. We'll see. Nate Maness said he's looking to prove everybody wrong and bounce back and get that win over Team Dagestan, because he agrees he's super, super underwhelmed everyone in the last one. I think Nate Maness can pull this one off. He's my pick. Dog, Nate Maness. Let's talk the dog of the week.
Daniel D. Rodriguez.
Daniel Rodriguez. I'll call it plus 100, so I get it. People will say, bro, that's barely a dog. It is my most confident of the dogs, and I want to give you guys the most confident as the dog of the week. I don't want to just go off value for dog of the week in this one. I want to put the dog line towards where I'm feeling like that's probably number one. I looked at all of the dogs that I had, and I said, to me, Daniel Rodriguez is the one that I would feel most comfortable going hard at. Now, staph infection, I know he had one, but he said it didn't affect his training. Granted, he's going to say that for sure. I'm taking his word for it. I think Neil Magny's past his prime. I think he's going to be too slow on the feet. I think the Southpaw Rodriguez has success striking, and I think he can hurt Neil Magny. Don't think he knocks Neil out, though. It's plus 100 D-Rod money line, plus 290 decision. I expect this fight to go long. I think Daniel Rodriguez is taking a decision. I could see it 29-28. I could see it 30-27, but I definitely see it D-Rod. Unless there's an absolute shit performance from him, like that staph infection totally devastated his training camp, which I'm telling you, he's saying that he thinks it was actually a benefit that the fight got pushed back, because he bounced right back into camp after the win just recently. I mean, I know it was kind of some people say controversial against Li Jinglong. Now I'm fucking saying his name like Nate Diaz.
They didn't want to let me fight Cheng Li.
I think his name is Li Jingliang.
Say, you know what I'm talking about.
Now I'm saying his name wrong, man. Li Jingalang. Leech. The Leech. We'll just ride with the Leech. After he beat the Leech in a fair enough decision, he then has to come on back and fight right away. He's saying that staph infection was a benefit. It's a little bit of an extra break, a little bit of a pushback. He feels he has more recovery. I'm riding with Daniel Rodriguez as dog of the week. Let's jump towards the props. I'm not prop crazy this card, but I think I might have the sniper on something here. The prop that I think is a near guarantee is Miranda Maverick to win by sub at plus 185. That should be minus 250 because she's going to win by submission over Shayna Young. Money line, you can't touch the line, and that's why she wasn't included as far as the most confident picks. She's minus 650. She's definitely winning the fight. I don't think it's competitive. I'm riding with the side of Maverick. Submission is a must play at plus 185. That's my favorite prop outside of the fights we've already talked about. Let's jump to the final segment, parlays. Make sure you guys smash the likes if you haven't. And let's talk about some parlays. Daniel Rodriguez, Shalian Norenbeke, plus 200. That's dog of the week, lock of the week together. Plus 200 money, quality play. You don't want to play with a lock and dog of the week. You want to try something different, which I always think is a good idea. Diversity is key to success here. Dawson, Batista, Hadley, plus 175. I think that's a good play. I think Grant Dawson, Mario Batista, Jake Hadley can definitely make you that plus 175. Three very confident picks. You're wanting to, still keep it diverse, mix things up a little more. Norenbeke, who is lock of the week. Grant Dawson, most confident pick. Mario Batista, most confident pick, plus 195 for those three. I think that's a pretty good parlay too. Now, you want to maybe run it up with some dog money and some confident picks. You go Daniel Rodriguez, Shalian Norenbeke, Grant Dawson, Mario Batista, Jake Hadley, five-fighter play, plus 715. I definitely think there's a good shot for that one to come through. And plus 715, huge plus money. And if you want to Hail Mary it, I'm giving you the Hail Mary. This right here, we're throwing it all the way down 100 yards. It's Daniel Rodriguez, Shalian Nordenbeke, Grant Dawson, Mario Batista, Jake Hadley, Miranda Maverick, and Marina Rodriguez, plus 1,285. That's huge plus money. That is your Hail Mary lottery ticket play of the week. And I honestly feel good about it. I think it's worth a play. Sprinkle the parlays. Obviously, you can go a little bit harder on your like 2-3 fighter ones. But when you're going big, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc., keep it on the lighter side. Good plus money, but don't go nuts banking on that. There's better, more safe plays to make. Guys, I hope you enjoyed another episode of this week's Best MMA Bets. I'm going to keep it coming with the show. Loving this week's Best MMA Bets, honestly. It's like probably, for me, the most fun show to record all week long because we just get to dive deep into the pure betting side. Much love, my people. Smash the hell out of the like button. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you think of the most confident picks. Do you agree with my lock of the week? And what is yours? What do you think about the underdogs? And who's your guys' dog of the week? Definitely let me know in the comments. And if you have nothing to say, but you just enjoy the content, as always, drop a W in the chat. Much love, my people. I will see you all in the next one. Peace, everyone.